Hey, good Friday afternoon, everybody. Hope you're having a fantastic day and getting ready to have a fantastic weekend. I know we are, and we're going to get started off right. Jason Watkins is going to join us here in a little bit, and Hall of Fame college football. Man, if you don't already follow Jason, if you don't already follow him on Twitter, we'll talk about that here in a little bit. If you don't watch his show, he's not he's a jam packed guy. I mean, he fills that place up like you can't believe. We're gonna bring him in right now. Jason Watkins joins us, and hey, Jason, what's up, my man?
What's up, buddy? How's it going? Thanks for having me on.
I'm fired up for the weekend, man. Some good games going on this weekend. Even starting here in about 3 hours with Colorado, and man, it's been a crazy year. I would say this year, and I'll see if you agree with me because obviously I put a lot of trust in what you have to say.
Oh, well, thank you.
I think this year may be more wide open than what we've ever seen in a long, long time.
In a long time. We've been talking about that a lot lately, too. I think that you've got probably 7, 8, 9 teams that could really vie for it, and maybe even up to 10. I just think that there's a lot of really good football teams out there. And I think that the Pac-12 actually has a lot of teams that could do it, but they're going to kind of cannibalize themselves, right?
Yeah, it appears that way. We'll find out a little bit more tonight, this weekend on that. Obviously, huge game. Probably, I think, arguably the biggest game of the weekend. Washington, Oregon. Obviously, the loser probably out. I mean, that's the problem with the Pac-12 when you say cannibalize. I mean, because we talk about that in the SEC all the time and how good they've been. This year down a little bit, maybe. But it's just one of those deals where if you're in the pack and you lose a game, you're probably out because there's going to be one or two maybe go undefeated, a whole bunch with one loss, and if you're a one-loss SEC team, I think you get in over a one-loss Pac-12 team. I just do. It may not be fair, but it's the way things are, right?
Yeah, I think that I don't see any one-loss SEC teams unless you see Georgia and Alabama, because that's kind of the only thing that you could at this point. Right? So I would see those two getting in. But I feel like it's the way that it's working out with you're going to have either Oregon or Washington's got to lose. So one of them's going to have a loss, and then they could end up facing each other in the championship game. So they could end up with one loss. I think that you get one in. But I think that you're either going to get two out of the Big Ten or the SEC, one of the two, I think, and that's the worry about it, because I don't think the Big Ten is that good.
No, it's really not. It's 3 schools. If you count Penn State this year, obviously it's always Ohio State, Michigan. Heck, right. Jason, when I was a kid in the late '60s, early '70s, it was Ohio State and Michigan. So not a lot's changed in 50, 60 years, right?
Right. Yeah.
Now, the other thing that hadn't changed, and of course, you could say Texas is back. They're certainly better than they've been in a decade. Oklahoma never really went anywhere. Maybe took a little bit of a nap in between coaches last year. But I think Oklahoma and hey, everybody watching this show probably knows this. You're an OU guy. I'm an OSU guy. Mm-hmm. But I give credit where credit's due. I mean, for years, I used to be on Al Eschbach's show and some of those, in Norman and Oklahoma City, and say, Swaim's an Aggie, but we like him because at least he tells the truth. I try to, and Oklahoma's really freaking good this year. I mean, they got the defense better, the offense is better. I don't know if Gabriel's a Heisman candidate, but he's in there with a whole bunch of guys that are pretty good.
Right. I think that he's a Heisman candidate. I think that he's got to win out though to even really, I would say, get to New York. But
he might.
You got to go to 12-0, I think, and I've even actually been saying, because of the way that the schedule's set up, where when they took the Georgia game away, that kind of hurt Oklahoma in the eyes of everybody. Right? Are you watching the show on YouTube as well? Because I'm getting some feedback.
I'm getting a little bit when you talk, like I hear somebody in the background. I don't know. I'm not getting any. I don't think on this side. What?
If you have it up on YouTube, it might be on that.
I don't know. I don't think it. No, I don't have it on anywhere. Yeah, I'm really not hearing. I thought I heard it, but I'm not hearing it now. So,
okay,
you hear it?
Yeah, it keeps coming back. It's coming back.
Hey, I'm an OSU grad, man, so anything bad could be happening right now, technologically.
No, I don't have YouTube up. If you have YouTube up anywhere and it's popped up, that's probably where it is. But
yeah, I don't, because I'm doing this on one set, so I don't have anything running in the background. Okay. That's weird. Tell you what,
it's supposed to not do it. I could pop out and come back in and see if it'll work.
Yeah, go ahead and try it, and if it's still doing it, then I'll do it. So Jason's going to jump out here for just a second. Of course, Hall of Fame college football. Guy does a great job, and man, all the guys with him, we'll give them a little pub and love too when we get Jason back here in just a second and make sure everything's working good. I want you to be able to hear him and not have obnoxious feedback in the background. So who knows? Okay, big game tonight, Colorado, of course. Anytime Colorado plays, it's a big game as far as TV people go, right? I mean, right? I mean, everybody wants to see Prime and his guys at Colorado, but they're pretty good. They'll probably go to a bowl this year. We'll bring Jason back here real quick. And how's that, my friend? You still hear anything?
Let's check and see. It's still coming through, so it's I closed everything, so I don't know if it's.
See, that's weird. I'm not hearing anything anymore. Let me jump out. Yeah, I'll jump out here and
go to settings real quick and go to audio. Hello, everybody. Hope everybody's good.
How's that?
Good.
Is that any better?
No, I think it's still doing it. Go into your settings real quick, Greg.
Okay. I'm learning as I go here from the master.
Go to audio.
Okay.
And there should be an echo
cancellation.
Select that.
Yeah, it's on.
Okay.
It was already on.
I don't know what it is.
I don't know either. I'm not really hearing it though, so it may. Gosh, I hope it's not just on your side, but.
Maybe it is. I'll figure it out. I'll be all right. I can get through it.
All right. Hold on just a second. Let me figure out how to get back now. If I can figure out how to. Now, how do I get back? That's the big problem, right?
Oh, just click away from that window where you are.
Okay.
Are you still using your phone?
There we go. Yeah, this one, I'm doing the phone today because we're still in the middle of this. That may be part of it, but we finally got the sound issue figured out on that. I'm going to be doing a lot of remotes here, so I need to get this phone thing down. So are you still hearing it?
Not as a little bit, but it's not a big deal. We'll get through it. What was the question you just asked me though?
Man, I don't know. Hey, first, before we get into anything else, because I love your show, because the thing about your show is you've got a bunch of guys on there with divergent opinions. And so you don't get any fist fights or anything like that. Although I did see you almost get into it with a USC guy one night, which I absolutely loved about a month or two ago. Buddy, if it had been me, that's what I do. We are brothers from a different mother because somebody attacks me, I'm going to go right through the jugular. You know what I mean? And you do a great job of that. Tell me about some of the guys that join you and when folks can watch you and all that good stuff.
Well, we are on every Tuesday night at 6:30. It'd be 8:30 Eastern time. So we go on, and I have the coach obviously comes on with me. Coach Roybal was a longtime head football coach in Texas. He coached a little bit of college, a lot of high school, Class 6A at Dallas Skyline. So he's sent a lot of players to a lot of places. And it's just been a lot of we have guys from a lot of OU creators, but then I've got guys that come on to the show from Georgia. We've got JJ Kitchen that comes on a lot from Pitt. We, of course, work with a lot of the same guys, Coos and Nathan Bomber Brown and some of those other guys. Of course, Cody from Locked On. We all kind of, I think that, and that's the cool thing about it is that we were able to, I love the community that we kind of, everybody talks together and does a lot of stuff. So Yeah, you definitely get a lot of different ones.
Yeah, that's a great thing about it. I mean, we try not to be homers for our school. I get that. We all do. And the best way, I think, to get around that is when you have a whole bunch of different guys from different schools. And you do such a great job of that, because we all know you're an OSU or an OU homer, and I'm an OSU homer, but we also tell the truth. We also say, like, our defense sucks, or our offensive line sucks, or, maybe we need a new coach, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And you've done that in the past. So, it's not my school, love it or leave it. It's my school. We want to make it better, right?
Yeah.
And with OU getting ready to go into the SEC, jumping from the frying pan into the fire, man, there's not a better time to get it turned around, because you certainly would not want to go into the SEC after last season, right?
No, it was not going to look very good. And, that's the thing. I think that as much as people have been upset with Lincoln Riley for the way that he left, you had, of course, the way that he was recruiting against Oklahoma while still the head coach. I think that it was the best thing that could have happened, no matter what, is because you brought in a guy that is going to go defense first. He understands the importance of offense. But if you watched the game last week against Texas, it was pretty clear that this team has taken on his personality. They fly around the football. This is a different mindset that you're seeing at Oklahoma, and you really haven't seen it since the early years of Coach Venables, and really probably Coach Venables' last defense in 2009 that was so good.
Jason, there's a couple of guys out there nationally that are kind of jumping aboard the OU bandwagon a little bit. That's why I like to get national opinions of people in the Big 12, because they don't have an iron in the fire. You know what I mean? So right. OU maybe in the AP poll, and who cares about the freaking AP poll? It doesn't matter anyway. But it is kind of I don't know. It kind of shows you that OU's getting a little disrespected. I think they're pretty freaking good. A lot of teams this year, we talked about how much parity there is. And it might be because there's no team out there that you look at that go, oh, man, they're just so dominant in every phase of the game. And OU's not either, but they're really good in every phase of the game. And that might be good enough this year, Jason.
It could be. And the thing is I wrote a lot of this stuff down, but you look, and they're in the top 50 at least, which is important defensively.
In everything.
In a lot of stuff. Yeah, their scoring defense is still fourth in the nation. Their rush defense is around 30th, but third down efficiency 12th. They're number one in interceptions. Top 10 in the red zone defense. Total defense is in the top 50. Defensive TDs, they're number one. So, when you're playing good defense like that, and you're in the top 10 in pretty much all the offensive categories, you're going to have a shot. And that's the main thing. Once you're moving the ball a little bit between the 30s. When it gets into the red zone, they clamp down. So obviously you saw that the four down. They were on the 1 yard line last weekend, and they shut them down on 4 plays in a row. So it was pretty amazing stuff.
The old say, you're about my age. How old are you, Jason?
46.
Oh my gosh, you're 15 years younger than me, man. Well, I was wrong. I was thinking we were close to the same age. But there used to be an old Saturday Night Live segment called Plug Away. And had a guy have somebody on his show and goes, okay, you got a movie coming up? Plug away. And that's what they do anyway. Yeah. I want you to plug away for Hall of Fame, Mafia. I'm wearing our gear supplier right now, Insignius. So I want you to plug yours, because that's one thing I learned from you too. You got the apparel sales going. You got everything going at Hall of Fame, right?
Yeah, a little bit. We've got our merch store that we do right there on the show. It's just and you can go to our website, and I'll post it in the comments here, but it's hofmedia.us. That'll kind of take you everywhere, but we have partnership agreements with Fanatics, so you can get all your local gear, your licensed gear for your teams, whoever you like, and you get discounts because of going through our link there. We have a deal with Louisiana Grills, which is amazing stuff. If you're somebody that likes cooking, it's the same kind of deal there. You get $100 off right now, some of their best stuff. But we're working on getting some more stuff like that going. But I think the main thing is that we just like to talk ball. We've got some amazing guys out there. I enjoy coming on your show, of course, going on with Cody. The Big 12 Mafia guys and the Holy Rivals, I love that show, man. It's something else. But then we go on to the Fanatics. That's Coach I, and then they do that Saturday night snap count. I love that show, man. We have a lot of fun with it, just kind of going through all the games for the day. They're, of course, those Georgia guys. And, they're on top of the world right now with back-to-back championships and going for 3. They looked a lot better last week, too, Flame.
Yeah.
A lot of people were thinking Kentucky was going to give them a hard time. I wasn't one of them, but I think that they kind of showed that they're a little more than what people were saying the week before.
Yeah, it's interesting you bring up Kentucky. I don't know if you saw this. I think it was Monday in the press conference. Stoops got Mike Stoops, right? Mike, which Stoops is it at Kentucky? Mark. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I wonder if the mother has trouble getting them confused. I get my kids confused all the time. But yeah, somebody asked him, goes, Coach, you've only beaten, I think it was 2 teams with winning records, like in your entire career. And he goes, I don't think that's right. Well, of course, what does everybody do? They Google it. It's right. Might hurt him with Michigan State, some other jobs he's up for, because I didn't know that. Did you know that?
I didn't know that about him. I know that he's done more at Kentucky than anybody else ever has.
Oh, with that, since Hal Mummy. And, of course, you know Hal Mummy because that spurned out Mike Leach, who came to OU and turned that offense around in 1 year.
The godfather of the air raid.
Yep, absolutely. Good stuff. Hey, tell folks when they can catch you, because I know, like today's show, and I know I think Fridays and maybe Thursdays we're going to start earlier, just because people are already watching football. I'll be watching football as soon as we get done here, and all night, and then all day tomorrow, and all day Sunday. So we'll have a good time. But they're doing other things, so we might start moving up our Thursday and Friday shows to 5 o'clock or something. But talk about when they can find you, because whether they can find you live or whether they can find you in the archives on demand, they need to know where to find you.
Yeah, if you and I'll just put it into the chat here. It's at CFB-pod on YouTube. We have our Tuesday live stream every Tuesday night. It's at 8:30 Eastern time. So hop in there and check us out. I mean, we go every Tuesday. We generally go either Thursday or Friday as well. And then again, I'm always on that snap count with the Fan Addict. And I'll put
he's fun. You guys make a good pair. That's a lot of fun.
They're a lot of fun, man. And it's I'm sure he'd love to have you on too. We'd love to talk ball and
give him my stuff. I'd love to.
Okay.
I just got like 5 invitations to be on podcast next week, so looking forward to that. Different people, just anytime you can hit a new audience, let them know about your show and grow the show a little bit. Hey, you guys got like over 3,000 subscribers now. How long you been doing this?
Little over a year. So it's grown pretty quick. But it's never fast enough for you, right?
Yeah.
So it's just kind of one of those deals that
I had to put that up. Good stuff, Cody.
Cody's always talking smack.
It's funny because
Cody.
There's so much, there's Bedlam hate out there from time to time, but I think we all get a kick out of it a little bit. May not see Bedlam football for a while, and I think Oklahoma fans are more upset about that than Oklahoma State fans are.
Well, I think it's going to be – I think it sucks for the fans, but
yeah,
sooner or later they'll get it back together, I hope, anyway. And, it's one of those deals where I'd love to see them play again, but got one more to go. Got a couple of weeks away.
Hey, I'm hoping next year we see each other in the playoffs. How about that?
Is Mike Gundy going to still be there?
Well, yeah, I think so. I just saw his contract buyout. It's a little different from what I had originally been told.
Really?
Yeah, so he may be here a couple more years. I do believe we'll have a new offensive coordinator and offensive line coach, though, next year. I think that's a given. And it might even be reassignment. It may not be a true firing on the offensive coordinator. It might be, moving to another position, depending on who leaves and that sort of thing. Let's talk about, you got a week off, getting ready for the stretch run, because Oklahoma's going to be, and I saw that, like, I can't believe you're like in the 90s and the high 80s percentage to win for every game coming up. Now, Provo at night,
tough.
I mean, that's not an easy game. And of course, Bedlam, Bedlam's always crazy, goes to the wire. So it's not a given that the Sooners are 12-0 going into the Big 12 championship, but I'd say it's a pretty decent bet right now.
Yeah, I'm not. You're not getting me to bite on that. Until they do it, I can't say it. And
after 2002 and 42-point chips and sauce and all that stuff, you kind of learned your lesson, right?
Yeah, you can't. You just got to watch yourself with it. And I like their chances, but yes,
yeah.
Like
absolutely.
Provo's a tough place to play. I think that Kansas, if they have Jalen Daniels in the lineup, is definitely a threat to anybody. Fortunately for Oklahoma, or I guess it's fortunately, but I feel like you don't play Tech, you don't play Kansas State. UCF is definitely struggling without Plumlee playing much, and then they're going to be on the road. So I really feel like you've got some opportunities there, but you can't look ahead, and I think that's the hardest thing with any football team. I think that one thing that Venables has done very well is keep them focused on the task at hand, even if it's, lesser competition, they've kind of done what they're supposed to do with them. But that
they've done everything they've been asked of. They beat the crap out of Tulsa, and
right.
Cincinnati was never really in doubt. Hey, I know your crew went up to Cincinnati for the game. What'd you think about the Bearcats setup?
I'll tell you what, it was fun.
I was born in Cincinnati, so I can't wait to get back.
Electric City, man. It was something else. The show that they put on, I mean, the tailgating and the stadium is really cool. Nippert Stadium is the oldest stadium in the country. I didn't know
100-something years old, right?
I had no idea. And of course, this updated, but it was loud. I think that they're still kind of, they knew that they weren't as good as they have been. And I think that they're upset about losing Coach Fickle. But I do think that they're still in that mode of really supporting the program. And, they've got a good defensive line. That was the one thing about them, is they do have a very good defensive line. And so Oklahoma didn't play great on offense, but they really clamped down on defense. And against a quarterback that is usually Oklahoma kryptonite, a guy that can run a little bit, and they kept him corralled pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
But the experience was amazing. After the game, they had baseball going on downtown. They had a soccer game going on downtown. That place was just blowing up the whole weekend. And I just thought, what a great sports city.
No, it really is. And I was born there, but other than going to Kings Island a couple times when I was a kid, I haven't really been back there. So I'm really looking forward to maybe when the Cowboys play up there. And I'll have to get your picks on places to eat, too, before I go. So I know you got that scoped out.
I didn't try the Skyline Chili, but it was a lot of fun. We had a really good time. I was very impressed with Cincinnati, man. I really was.
Yeah, Immaculate joins us right now, and got an echo going for Jason. Yeah, we know that, and we tried to figure it out. We both got out and back in again, and of course, I'm going to let Jason go here in a little bit, so we'll see if it's on my side or his. We don't know. We tried it both, but took that echo thing was already clicked on. So I don't know. Immaculate, appreciate your joining us, and Cody as well. And hey, before I let you go, let's talk a little bit about that Texas game, because that was an instant classic. I've watched OU Texas now my whole life, and it was Immaculate. You're good, my man. Jason and I get along pretty good. But if I'm out of line or he's out of line, we'll let each other know, kind of like brothers. And he's got an advantage because he covers OU football. So, I mean, it's kind of like what do I have a leg to stand on? On Bedlam, not so much. It's good
That'd
stuff.
be another one of the games I think is a little worrisome for OU.
Well, because Bedlam's always, ever since that 2002 game, OU's number one. I mean, we're pretty much handing them a national championship. ESPN was in all week for Turkey Day week, and just it was all about Oklahoma. And Oklahoma State was 3-7, I think, coming into that game. Maybe 2-8. First year for Les Miles. So who gave them a chance? I certainly didn't. And they ended up winning and took OU out of the national championship hunt. So, you hope if you're an OU fan, and you certainly expect, but it's happened before.
It has. Before, I would think that this would be in the last one. You're gonna a lot of the stuff that Mike Gundy said in press conferences, really throwing the whole thing on Oklahoma instead of admitting that he just doesn't want to play it. I think that
I wouldn't want to play it if I were him.
I'm not saying that I blame you for not wanting to play it. I'm just blaming him for not speaking up and saying that, hey, my record sucks against him. I'm going to play him.
Well, you're never going to get that from any coach, probably.
I know that. But
Cody says, "What was up?" Cody talking to Immaculate. Good having you guys. I know. I knew going into 6 o'clock on a Friday night football game night, not to mention high school. A lot of folks are going to those already. That we were not going to get great numbers live, but we'll pick up a lot of them hopefully later tonight on demand. But hey, so great having you on, my friend. And once again, give a plug not only to the show and when they can watch you, and where they can watch you, but also your gear stuff. Because now that we're doing Greg's gear, the good folks here, at Insignia, and Karen and helping it. Karen's a big A&M fan, by the way. So we're gonna have her on maybe before another A&M game. But let everybody know where they can find you, buddy.
Yeah, hofmedia.us. And for our merchandise, it's hofmedia.us/pod-merch. I'm going to put that in here right now. And then, of course, you can get to the Fanatics partner site right through there as well. It's hofmedia.us/fanatics. So you can get up to 65% off everything on all your gear. And the same with our Louisiana Girl stuff as well. So, a lot of cool stuff over there on that. We're going to be having a lot of new partnerships coming up in the future as well. So we're excited about that. But main thing, we're just excited about this growing community that we both continue to kind of push away at, and enjoy working with you. And I appreciate you having me on the show.
I wish they would have had the internet and YouTube back when I was in college, man. I might be famous by now. Who knows? But I'm getting too old. I'm getting too old to do this stuff anymore, but I'm having fun doing it. And it's great because of YouTube. I've met guys like you and Cody and Immaculate and all those good folks. So, man, it's been a blessing for sure. Great having you on, my friend, and I hope everybody will watch Hall of Fame every week, couple times a week, and they'll have good stuff. And if you're an OU fan, it's a must watch for sure.
Thanks a lot for having me on.
All right, buddy. Jason Watkins and Hall of Fame. College football, great stuff. You can watch him on YouTube. Appreciate having him on. You can jump in as well on the chat line, as a couple folks have done already. And, Sorry about that. I tell you what, I've technology. When you got kids, they really let you know that you don't know technology, and I don't. I need a college student to just come out here and push all the buttons and just worry about talking. Because when I got to push buttons and talk, I'm in trouble. Cody says we lose battle by 13. I still win. Ain't that right, Jason? LOL. And that probably 2 touchdowns right now is probably about right. Funny stuff. I'll get the hang of this and be a well-oiled machine. Is that the oil that he puts on his hair? I don't know. Anyway, hey, Friday night shows. I think we're going to go to 5 o'clock on Thursdays and Fridays in the future, just because I know a lot of you want to watch football, and a lot of you go watch high school football on Fridays, sometimes Thursdays. So we'll start doing that. Want to thank all the folks who jumped in on chat. Want to thank Jason Watkins, of course, Hall of Fame college football. Got to watch that show, folks. Good stuff. Hey, that's going to do it. Have a great weekend, everyone.